Your Excellency, Honorable Frederick Shava, Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Trade of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Your Excellency, Ministers present, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, hamujambo. And good evening. On behalf of the Kenyan delegation and myself, I extend heartfelt gratitude for the warm reception we have received since our arrival in the enchanting city of Harare. I take this opportunity to appreciate the messages of condolence from the Republic of Zimbabwe following the passing of General Francis Ogola, Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya. And in the same vein, I wish to pass my deepest condolences to the government and people of the Republic of Zimbabwe for the loss of great public servants, Brigadier General Shadrach Veza and Comrade Nyasha Nzimiri, Director, President's Department for the Republic of Zimbabwe. It is with great pleasure that I join you for the fourth session of the Kenya-Zimbabwe Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation. We view this meeting as a significant milestone in the enduring relationship between our two sister nations. Let this JPCC serve as a testament to our commitment to fostering strong partnerships and realizing a brighter future for all. These opportunities, forging a path of prosperity and progress for generations to come. My delegation and I eagerly anticipate the positive outcomes of this meeting with a strong commitment to enhancing and solidifying the bilateral ties between Kenya and Zimbabwe. Discussions over the last few days have revolved around our ongoing cooperation in areas such as security, trade and investment, agriculture, education, health, tourism, capacity development, transport, and other sectors. I am encouraged by the progress we have made during this session in exploring new areas of cooperation such as science, technology and innovation, maritime and blue economy, energy, water and irrigation, urban development, among others. I wish to commend the diligent efforts by the technical teams from both countries for their exemplary work over the past 2 days. The constructive discussions and agreements reached stand as a testament to their dedication and commitment. This unwavering commitment reflects the cooperative spirit that has guided our bilateral relations since the inception of the Kenya-Zimbabwe Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation in 1989 in Nairobi. Kenya and Zimbabwe enjoy a long-standing amicable relationship that traces back to the visionary leaders of our nations, founding eras during our liberation struggles. Since that time, our relations have continued to grow bountifully. I am therefore delighted to announce that we have 6 Memorandum of Understanding, MOUs, prepared for signing. The MOU in the field of education, training and research, MOU in the field of health, MOU on standard association collaboration, MOU in the field of capacity development, agreement on defense and training, and the MOU in the field of investment and development. As ministers, we welcome the proposal by the senior officials to elevate relations between our two countries from the current Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation to a binational commission. The binational commission, which will be chaired by at the heads of state level, will further strengthen cooperation between the two countries. Mr. Minister, I am personally persuaded, so you and I have a job to make sure that we persuade our principals about this recommendation. It is imperative to note that our goal is not only to sign, but to ensure their operationalization. It is vital that we evaluate the impact and expected contribution of each cooperation instrument to the enhancement of our relations. Therefore, my delegation and I are extremely hopeful that the agreements reached during this fourth session of the Kenya-Zimbabwe Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation will bring favorable outcomes to both nations. And to bring this to reality, I note with appreciation that the two sides have reached an agreement on the implementation modalities of the finalized MOUs and will form joint technical committees that will establish a comprehensive framework for their regular monitoring and evaluation. Your Excellency, I further note that through the implementation of various regional integration initiatives, such as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and COMESA, there exists a plethora of avenues through which our sister countries can leverage to expand collaboration opportunities for mutual prosperity. I therefore urge all that our bilateral engagements should not lose sight of the opportunities that these regional initiatives present. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, as we embark on this journey together, let us remember the importance of collaboration and unity in achieving our shared goals through concerted efforts and mutual respect. We can bring about significant advancements that will positively impact the lives of our citizens. My delegation and I look forward to the benefits that will be derived from this meeting with a compelling aspiration to strengthen and deepen bilateral relations between Kenya and Zimbabwe. Once again, I extend my appreciation to the senior officials from both sides for their dedication and efforts during the preparation of this meeting. It would be wrong if I did not at least acknowledge by name, not the entire teams, but the team leaders. I would like, on the Zimbabwe side, to give special appreciation to Ambassador Rufina N. Chikava, the acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Ambassador Winpeg Moyo, Ambassador of Zimbabwe to Kenya, or is it the other way around? We always tease her that maybe she's more Kenyan. And on the Kenyan side, let me again, on behalf of the entire teams, acknowledge Ambassador Dennis Mburu and Ambassador Stella Munyi. These team leaders have guided this process very, very positively. And what is critical is that they have gotten us working after a lapse of several years. So we really want to appreciate their gesture, and from now henceforth, they have set the pace. It is for us to pick up from there. Your Excellency, let me also acknowledge that you did raise some fundamental issues, and we will undertake to have these issues refined, because for business to thrive, for people to operate, we must make sure that at all times the business environment is predictable and the rules are clearly defined, so that we do not have our citizens from both countries or our institutions running into headwinds that should not have been there. So as we look into the past, we will also take corrective measures where we have had challenges, so that we can improve and make sure that the business communities, the trade process, the interaction is governed in a manner that there is no threat to any of our institutions or operations. So that is a commitment that I make, and we look forward to being in Bulawayo. I've never been to Bulawayo, so my heart is pounding so that I can get an opportunity to be there. On a lighter note, Winnipeg is called Winnipeg Moyo. Moyo is the heart in Kiswahili, or in where I was born in Kenya. So as I would say, my moyo is pounding to be able to be in Bulawayo. But thank you so much, and we really wish you the very best. Thank you, Your Excellency.